Hello, Libras, and happy birthday. I'm going to tell you, this would be the third time I sat down to do this recording. And each time I was just like, what's going on? I'm not posting this, or I don't even want to do this reading. It was kind of weird vibes, and I kind of almost gave up even trying to do any more signs for the rest of the month. Yeah, so the song that I got for you guys, I don't even know where I'm looking up. Let me just find the page. Where's that? Where is the song? Okay, then. My cat's playing with the door or something. Oh yeah, when I originally set out to do this reading, it was the day after the eclipse, the Ring of Fire. I think that kind of threw off my energy. And to be honest, some of the stuff that was coming out was like, this sounds like their messages for me, not for anyone else. And I'm like, was kind of offended by the stuff that was coming out. I don't know where the heck I wrote this down, but I really thought I did write it down. That is so weird. That is really weird. I remember writing it down. Oh my god, wow. Habits. It's called Habits. In parentheses, Stay High by Tuvlo. See, that's how this reading has been. It's just been like so difficult. I feel like somebody really doesn't want me to get these messages out there for Libra. And I'm sorry if I'm talking low. The walls are really thin here and other people are sleeping. And I can't close my door the whole way because my two cats would probably lose their shit and start scratching and stuff on the door, which would totally distract me. So, I did get a microphone, and I'll be honest, it sounds horrible. So, this is just the way it is for now, and that's just that. All right, so the first card that I'm using the After Tarot deck, and if I do decide to clarify, I'm using the the hell is it? 78 Tarot, Astral Tarot and Space, which is like a bunch of every card is a different artist. Anyway, so the first card out, we have the Nine of Cups in reverse and the Five of Swords in reverse. So the Nine of Cups in the upright is actually, this is like a bartender, and I don't know, he's like taking a break or what, but he's being served and he's just like going hard on some food. So in the reverse, I feel like this is saying like you don't feel that you're in a place or a space where you feel generous or wanting to share or wanting to hear people's sob stories about their life, or like you don't even have the energy to like listen, never mind to care what they're even talking about. And that's further explained here with the Five of Swords in the reverse, because it's like you could care less. That's what I'm hearing. You could care less. And the song that came out for you guys is literally talking about somebody severely depressed and doing everything they can to distract themselves from addressing why they're severely depressed. And they're severely depressed because, oh great, my cat's got the zoomies. It's like probably close to 3 o'clock in the morning now. I guess that makes sense. Hello. That's the first time I ever heard my cat made that kind of noise. What are you doing? Anubis. Anubis. Okay. Sorry. Yeah, you just don't have the fight in you. You don't have the whatever in you to like to put energy into anyone or anything outside of you. Oh, I was talking about the song. Yeah, the song, that would make sense if that's how you're feeling. If you're going through a loss and again, it also makes sense that this is a bartender who doesn't want to share. Like, they just want all the drinks for themselves because they're, trying to stay high all the time to forget something or someone that's was in their life but is not in their life anymore. Fighting the storm inside of you. Like, that's all the energy you have in you to do. And then the next set of cards that came out here, and I just want to point this out really quick because I'm like jumping all over the place, but this is the High Priestess, and this is the Emperor. And in the tarot deck, that is considered a divine counterpart to one another. And they're both in the reverse. And then here we have the Lover's card. So this is really talking about a karmic relationship, a karmic situation. It was very painful. And again, with it being the High Priestess and the Emperor and Temperance here, this was something that needed to happen. Like, when with the Lover's card here, that's like the twin flame card. And the twin flames, that most of the time when you have experiences with your twin flame, it's because you guys signed up to come to this planet together and be in this existence with each other to help each other learn and grow in some way, shape, or form. And sometimes there's got to be a bad guy, and sometimes there's two bad guys, and the whole situation is all bad. But if you make it through it in the end, you learn something. But I feel like right now, especially with this song, is like you're just in the pain right now. So back to these cards here. With the High Priestess in the reverse, I feel like you feel really cut off. Like, you don't understand something. Like, information or knowledge is being kept from you, or you just don't understand why something happened or why something played out the way it did. Partially because you're probably blocking yourself from imbibing, not allowing yourself to think straight to begin with. And to further explain, Anubis, get out of there. What are you doing? You know better. Yes, I love you too. But please don't go back there, okay? I'm sorry. My cats are my fur children. So again, I think with like that's how you are in real life too. Like you're so easily distracted. You're distracted with what's going on, like all this shit that's going on in your mind, all this like anxiety that you have, and then like the real world life situations around you are like trying to fight you for your attention, trying to fight for your attention, and you're just like not having it. You're just like, shut up, shut up. So with the Nine of Swords coming out here, this is definitely talking about this energy of feeling like kind of cut off from vital information or the truth or secret knowledge or like the divine, maybe cut off from this person that was in your life that's no longer in your life. It causes you to lose sleep and be up at night, and it also causes you grief and anxiety. You are protected, but you're your own worst enemy, because if you would just lay your ass down and go to sleep and stop worrying about things that aren't really there, you're just manifesting them into like when you go to sleep at night, like you gotta find ways to like kind of shut everything out in order to go to sleep. But the things that you're doing is not working. It's doing the opposite, especially with drinking or imbibing or doing things that are unhealthy. It might not necessarily be unhealthy, but because you're doing them in excess, they're unhealthy, are interfering with your sleep cycles. They're interfering with your normal brain functions, and they're interfering with your spiritual connection. So then next we have the Page of Cups, and here we go. Somebody's drinking again. The Page of Cups paired with the Emperor in reverse. So this is definitely somebody that's young and inexperienced. They are not structured. They are kind of all over the place. But they are very creative. They're an artist. So it's like a flare of that creative spark that just wants to jump out. But you're a hot mess, man. Yeah, your emotions. Oh my god, I mix words together sometimes. I just mixed emotion and worsen together, or started to. So oh, my cat's distracting me, sorry. So then to further explain this is the Six of Wands. And it's saying you're coming in with a victory. And in this victory, there's somebody here that's their partner. So I feel like, because maybe this is like talking about this this divine spark that you found is maybe something new to you. So it might not necessarily be about a young person, but it's like something that you've discovered or rediscovered that you feel that you're a novice at. But whenever you do things from the heart and heart energy, which creativity is heart energy, whenever you do things from the heart space, oh my gosh, I am like, this is this is how I feel like whoever this reading is about, is there's just so much going on to distract them. Like, even in this card, like, instead of him focusing on what he's doing, he's like, oh, look, my fish just popped out. It wasn't supposed to do that. Oh my God. What the fuck? I'm telling you, I'm not, somebody or something does not want me to put this reading out. I swear to God. I don't even know what that was. I'm not even going to get up and look. Nope. I'm just going to ignore it. Like you're doing, right? Staying high all the time to ignore it. There's a victory that's happening here. And the victory that's happening here, even though whatever it is, that this is that new energy here, it's going to lead you to victory because you're coming from that heart space. And there's no losing when you do that. You're going to win. And you're not going to be alone. You may not have a large following. You may have, maybe might not. I feel like this is talking about somebody like following your work or following what you're doing, or like something along those lines, because there's like a victory parade happening and there's people celebrating this guy coming back from his battle victorious, and he's got his main squeeze with him also celebrating. So I feel like this is like you're being recognized for the work that you're doing, even though you feel like you don't really know what you're doing, or you feel like you're inexperienced. It's interesting. Come back to that. And these last set of cards here, I feel like this is just like, you're done. You're so done. But done with what? So I think it's saying you're done with the Four of Cups being here, in this particular Four of Cups being in reverse. Or I'm sorry, Six of Cups. That one's the Four of Cups. The Six of Cups being in reverse. I feel like this, okay. So in this card, since I started talking about the Four of Cups first, and if you're familiar with what the Rider-Waite tarot deck looks like, it's like a card is like the Ace of Cups is manifesting out of nowhere, and the cup is being offered, and then he's sitting there contemplating. So this is like you're getting up and you're about to do something, or you're making a choice, and here the choice is you're dumping out the cup. But it almost looks like it should be empty, right? But it just keeps going. So just going by that, this could be talking about you recognizing the bad habits that you have, and that you're making a choice to cut back or to do something different. You're at a point where you're about to take action if you haven't already, and you need to get up from where you're at and physically go forward. It could be emotionally as well as spiritually, but the place that you're in now is not where you need to be, and you've kind of held yourself there too long by keeping yourself distracted. and cutting people off too, like not having time for them, only having time for like your pity party. But I feel like that's like kind of like it's past energy, but it's still lingering in your current energy moving forward. And to further explain these two cards is the Lover's card. So it's like, even though this experience that happened was painful and it kind of fucked you up and it still fucks you up, you're figuring out very slowly how to win, how to overcome it, how to stop the stagnation and move forward in some way, shape, or form, even if it is by yourself. And the Lover's card helped bring you to that conclusion. This thing that happened with your divine counterpart. So let's do a little clarification. Can you tell me more about the first two cards here? The Nine of Cups in reverse and the Five of Swords in reverse, please. All right. We got death. Death coming out right away. Oh my gosh. I'm just gonna... So this could definitely be about somebody dying just right off the bat. Somebody that passed away. Or, it doesn't have to be somebody that died. It could be talking about, like, you know, when somebody's in your life and then suddenly they're not. That's a type of death. But it was welcomed. It was needed. Again, death is a major arcana card. When major arcana cards rear their wonderful faces, it's the divine working in your life. And he's on a white horse. White horse. There's the sun. There's the star. There, like, you can find synchronicities in everything, in any now moment that you're in any place that you might find yourself in. All right, now what's all this? That's a lot of cards. That's a lot of cards, and every single one of these are fucking major arcana cards. How many's here? 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3. Wow. That's kind of nuts. So we got the Magician, we got the Death in reverse, and I'm just gonna put these over top here. I mean, we're just talking about these two cards here, and we got the Star card in reverse, and the World card. So, like, the first thing I just got off the back was, because I associate this card a lot with dreams and nightmares, I feel like the things that you're doing in your dreams are more than just dreams. Like, you're fighting, like, real life fucking shit in your dreams. And, of course, alternate timelines, astral travel. There's a, wow. Okay, so it's interesting that the magician came out with the high priestess here, because sometimes I feel like the magician or even the hierophant is a more suitable match for the high priestess as far as energy. Hold up. I'm just like thrown off right now. I said that these two were a divine. Hold up. I'm sorry. I feel like there's something in the After Tarot that talks about the Emperor. Oh, now I gotta look. The Emperor's 4. That's crazy. The Emperor turns into power structures. Yeah. It says what is this? The Emperor is clearly virile in his masculinity. Oh my god, it does say Empress. Wow. Again, all over the place. You guys were never a match. You guys were never a match, but we're completely convinced that you were. But you still were definitely twin flames. For sure. And you just brought out the worst in each other. So the normal, back to what I was saying, the high priestess, I believe her counterpart in the deck is the Hierophant. But I always feel like the magician is a better suitor for the high priestess, because it makes sense. Because the magician is the one that learns his magic through studying, through conducting experiments, seeing what works, seeing what doesn't work, and then mastering it, and then being able to master all of the elements, becoming the master manipulator and manifester. Whereas the high priestess is the one of the keeper of the secret knowledge, and she could easily share her information with the magician, and he would be able to know what he knows very easily. But he knows what he knows through trial and error and hard work. So it's interesting that they came out side by side. And then to further explain, the magician is the devil in reverse. So the lovers is often shown in the devil card with it being in the reverse, and there's pills here. I feel like when you realize that information or knowledge or the truth was being kept from you, and it was keeping you up at night, just and you're fighting your demons, fighting the devil. Okay, so you were cut off from sacred knowledge, and what you were left to do was to fight off your demons that might have even been self-manifested, especially if your demons are doing drugs. And what led you to manifest in your life was to become the magician. Like, you weren't given the answers, you weren't given any of the knowledge, and you had to figure it out for yourself, and you did, and you're winning. You're winning because victory. And the first card that came out to describe everything is the death. Death is, on the flip side of death, is rebirth. So sometimes parts of you or parts of your life need to go away to make room for other things in your life, or for other parts of you to be realized, which is showing up here with the Page of Cups. This is a new beginning, but it's like a small beginning, and it's definitely a victory. Doesn't matter how small it is. And then over here on the other side of this energy, of feeling cut off, lost in your anxiety, I switched these cards. What am I doing? Is the Star card in reverse, and the World card. So I heard channeling. Well, the World card is the end of a major cycle, and every end is a beginning. And of course, it's right over top of this energy of this new beginning. And everyone's just sitting around waiting to see what you're going to do. They don't even, like, when I say everyone, like everyone on the spirit realm that's like looking out for you, got your back, your higher self, your angels, your past, future, and present loved ones that are on the other side. They're like, this is the show. This is the one. This is the one that we just can't get enough of. And again, with the Star card being the reverse, it's like, again, you are cut off from this, the knowledge and the stream that comes from the universe when you're connected, when you're not fighting your nature and you're going with your nature. And that's in the reverse, and that makes sense because this is what's happening. And to further explain that is the World card. And again, it's like, when you overcome through diversity, when you do it and no one's there to help you, and you do it on your own, it's beyond the sky is your limit. Like anything that you could possibly imagine, it's beyond that. The World card also talks about traveling. And again, I talked about dreams, with the dreams and the traveling. Definitely doing some astral travel in your dreams, and the things that you're doing in your dreams, even though they are dreams, they are real somewhere, on some world, on some dimension. Different lifetimes, I heard. Okay. All right, so then let's get some cards here to describe these three. Can you tell me more? Whoops. Can you tell me more about the Page of Cups, the Emperor in reverse, and the Six of Wands? Please tell me more. For the Libras, we got the Ace of Pentacles. Again, new beginning happening here with this energy. this is going to be something that's going to be, you're setting good foundations right now for this new energy that's coming in. And not only are you going at it from your heart, but you're very grounded, and this is definitely going to bring some wealth into your world. And again, wealth doesn't have to be finances. It doesn't have to be material possessions. It can just be things that enrich your life, that make your life more and better. The last card. This is one of the extra cards in the deck. It's called Barrier, and it came out in the reverse to describe these this last set of cards here. So with that, I'm gonna say that there are no barriers anymore. You're breaking down barriers. You refuse to fit in a box and be structured or be a certain way, and like you don't have any qualms with being stable and having good groundwork. But as far as like doing something a certain way because that's the most structured and stable way, that doesn't ebb and flow with this new creative force that's awaking in you. So you're practical, but you're not going to be so practical that you just cut your creativity off altogether. And the barriers are also coming down because you're realizing things that you don't need. And I'm surprised nothing's come out about healing, but I think it was just a matter of time before you woke up and saw the reality that you were creating and decide, well, do I want to stay in this reality where I'm cut off from source, and I'm alone, and I have all these things that I'm dealing with and that no one can understand or help me with. So again, with this devil card being in the reverse, you're and like here in this Four Cups, you're loving yourself first and foremost. And part of loving yourself first is realizing the things that you need to do that, like, you wouldn't purposely go out of your way to hurt your loved one if you love them. So doing things that aren't healthy for you, that's hurting you. So I think that's part of the reason why this was so hard, because death isn't easy, and it makes you feel alone and lost. But the journey has put you on a path that there's no boundaries to. And you don't have to hide. You don't have to be afraid of who you are or your past or the things that you've done or you didn't do. Because once you start focusing on yourself and making sure that that your cup is full before you start pouring out your cup for everyone else, for the universe, for the tree of life, where you start giving. You can't give to anyone if you don't have anything to give. Okay, I guess I'll just pull one or two maybe cards for final messages. Meditation. This is another extra card from this deck. That's a great message. I need to meditate. I think everyone can benefit from meditating. Meditating is a way to get counsel from the divine. So that's a great message. Meditate, and I think obviously with the no barriers in place, meditation, man, you don't need shrooms when you can meditate. Let me tell you, you can see some crazy ass shit. 8 of Cups. Yep, it's time to move on to the light. And where you're going, no darkness can follow you. That's why you don't have to worry about hiding yourself or trying to be something you're not, or try to pretend that you're like this perfect thing that will never make mistakes and has never made mistakes. You're flawed, and you're beautiful and perfect the way you are, because it's the way that God, your higher self, and you intended you to be. Beauty, of course, is in the eye of the beholder, and you need to look within and don't worry about who's looking at you, because when you're looking in, that's where your eye is looking, and you need to find that beauty inside. And once you do that, your whole outside world will also be filled with light and beauty, because the world is a reflection of you. And that's the reading. I hope that you got something out of it. I hope that it resonated with you. And again, I'm sorry for all the distractions, and if the audio sucks, please like the video and share if you like it and you want to share it. All right. Again, happy birthday, Libras, and thanks for watching my content. All right, bye-bye.